We wanted to talk to you today about the importance of getting pre-qualified before you go house hunting.
One of the most important things in getting pre-qualified is understanding your budget. A lot of times clients are out there shopping, as an example, for a $250,000 house, but they only want an $850 monthly mortgage payment. We've got to match those numbers up, because the more educated you are on your personal budget, you can understand what your spending power looks like when you're out there shopping with a real estate agent.
It's so important to be ready to make your offer. When you find the house that you absolutely love, you don't have time at that point to go back to your lender and decide if you can buy a house.
Understanding your loan type is also very, very important, right? Because there's a lot of listings that are out there that are dictated on accepting an offer on what type of loan you have. If you're looking at a house that is in need of repair, right, you're not going to do probably a government loan. You have to really know and understand that type of loan product with confidence, so that when you're out there shopping, you're not falling in love with a house that doesn't match up with what you're approved for. Another great thing that we talk about a whole lot is potential upfront expenses. A lot of times clients can get qualified for 100% financing, but don't let that be false in the idea that there are certain things that you have to pay up front.
Closing costs are really important to think about when you're writing an offer. You may negotiate with the seller exactly what you want to pay them for the home, but then when you get the contract to your lender, they're going to know if there are seller paid closing costs or if they're buyer paid closing costs, and that can be really important.
Knowing and understanding contingencies in your contract when you're purchasing homes, super important. You've got to negotiate your price and have an accepted bound contract. Knowing and understanding how to address that is something that you can have a great conversation with your realtor about. An appraisal, very important, right? So when you make an offer on a house, and let's say it's $250,000, you want to know that the house is worth that. Today's market's very, very interesting, so those contingencies, again, are super important when you're addressing a contract.
Absolutely. Another thing that we can ask about is timeframes of closing your loan. You know, the typical response is going to be a 30-day contract. You know, from contract to close, we can get it done in about 30 days. There are some loan types, say like a 203K loan, a rehabilitation loan. You know, you want a 60-day contract on that. It just depends on, you know, again, the importance of, you know, being pre-approved, understanding your approval, understanding your loan type, and then that's going to dictate the time frame that your realtor is going to put on the contract for closing. The last thing you ever want to do is overpromise a seller a closing date and then not be able to, you know, make it to the table on time.